Welcome to the Mufasa book reading. My name is Julia, and we are reading from Dr. Tineka Walfer's book, Authentic Leadership Effectiveness. Enjoy.
Chapter 6, The Authentic Leadership Program, High-Level Underpinnings. Whereas the previous chapters focused on defining authentic leadership, the impact of authentic leadership and considerations when developing in authentic leadership and authentic leadership programs. The next two chapters focus on what might be the first authentic leadership program that has been scientifically evaluated in a doctoral research study and found to be effective and fit for purpose. This chapter offers a high-level overview of the program theory and conceptual framework of the Authentic Leadership Executive Program, with a specific focus on the systemic coaching facilitation style used throughout. I've already discussed the importance of the presence of authentic leadership facilitators, and I will therefore start by sharing a profile of myself as the developer and facilitator of this program by using a narrative approach, very common in the development of leadership authenticity. I shared a journey of how my underpinnings gradually developed over the years, bearing in mind that it's very difficult to facilitate a journey of leadership authenticity for others if it has not been one's own journey as well. Furthermore, I share how this program aligns to the proposed guidelines for programs such as those. My profile and underpinnings as an authentic leadership development facilitator. I was not always active in the field of leadership development. Initially, I set out in the information technology field after founding my own consultancy, where I served organizational clients in developing financial modeling solutions and later on business intelligence software solutions of up to 6 to 7 dimensions. I found this work all-consuming and mentally very stimulating, and it felt to me as if I disappeared into my computer for months at a time, peeping out occasionally to find new buildings and be built. People had gotten married and babies had made their way into the world. One could have described me as a computer nerd. This worked fine until I became a parent, and sometime later, a single parent. I realized that I could not continue with the work of this nature and be a good mother at the same time. I was at a crossroad where I knew I had to change my career direction, but I did not know what that career could and would look like. In 2004, I received a giant wake-up call. I knew that if I did not take heed of this warning, I would receive a bigger smack. I found the moral courage to do the right thing, and that year I obtained an experiential understanding of taking a leap of faith. This was when I jumped ship with no idea of where I would land. I left my career at that time without any idea of what new career to move into, and I was financially unprepared for this move. The road forward from there on was very bumpy and one of discovery. Yet looking back now, I understand that I was exactly where I was meant to be. I learned to trust the fact that I was always supported by the universe and all that it contains. As being a good mother was one of my top values, this giant leap of faith allowed my espoused value to become my enacted value. I could not have done this had I not had the courage to take a leap of faith. Another top value that evolved from this was to see a better quality of leadership in our world in all spheres of life. This led to an interest in exploring coaching. And in 2005, I was introduced to coaching training with the International Society of Neurosemantics. After some rigorous training, I developed the skills of good listening, supporting, and questioning, all required in facilitating empowering, crucial conversations of discovery with my leader clients. Unaware at that time of the literature on authentic leadership, I started to develop my own thoughts and practices regarding the development of leadership authenticity. It was only once I stepped back into the academic world in 2007 and embarked on a postgraduate master's degree in professional coaching with the University of Middlesex that I started exploring research in the area of authentic leadership. Also referred to by me as a pracademic journey. This process usually involved researching academic perspectives on the various topics that we introduced, and thereafter we as students were encouraged to consider how these, one, could be integrated in a coaching process, two, how they had been integrated in our own coaching processes, and 3, what we learned from that. Furthermore, Kolb's model of adult experiential learning was introduced into this academic program, which was a learning style that suited me very well. During this process, I discovered the synergy between my own experiential learning on authentic leadership and the thoughts shared by thought leaders on this topic. This in turn led to the gradual development of an individual and team authentic leadership executive program, which I facilitate successfully with my senior and executive leader clients. I evaluated this program in an empirical study that formed part of my doctoral research, which I completed in 2014 with the Department of Personal and Professional Leadership in the Faculty of Management at the University of Johannesburg, SA. Alignment of underlying program theory to proposed guidelines. In my experience, the Authentic Leadership Executive Individual and Team Coaching Program that I'm about to outline aligns with the guidelines outlined in the previous chapter as suggested by Cooper and others and Chan in 2005, despite the fact that it did not ever refer specifically to coaching. As Chan recently admitted to me, this was because coaching was still a relatively new profession in 2005. Yes, it was. The standard format of this individual and team Authentic Leadership Executive Program comprises 6 individual sessions followed by 3 team sessions. The program itself is authentic in that it is underpinned by a conceptual model that aligns with Chan and others' model of leadership, authenticity, functioning, and development. Cooper and others' proposed guidelines and Chan's 4 working assumptions for authentic leadership interventions. For instance, the program is targeted and customized in that participating leaders decide which outcomes they wish to achieve in this program. The program consists of multiple sessions over time, allowing the leader to reinforce and grow from life events and leadership episodes, also called trigger events, between those sessions. Each session solidifies and builds on the self-development resulting from previous sessions where self-awareness, self-mastery, and self-regulation are developed with feedback from self and others as reinforcement of progress achieved. The program has a strong ethical underpinning where, for instance, congruence between espoused and enacted values is explored and where the leader is encouraged to close the gap. These authentic leadership development coaching sessions, consisting of both individual and team sessions, may at times also include aspects of training. An authentic leadership program such as this does not have to work in isolation. Additional interventions might also be identified as helpful resources in attaining the leader's chosen outcomes. Whilst we need to bear in mind that each leader is completely unique, most have the capacity to move from their current LDL to a higher LDL, leadership development level, LDL, in the development of increased leadership authenticity with the proviso that they are not ready for such a journey. I therefore usually test leadership development readiness, in this instance also called coaching readiness, by means of an initial introductory authentic leadership coaching session with each individual leader. Furthermore, when clarifying the role that leadership events play, we need to be mindful that leadership episodes are both the outcome of authentic leadership development as well as the raw material for further authentic leadership development. Whilst the episodes themselves are non-indicative of development, it is responses to and the meaning attributed to these episodes by those involved in the authentic leadership development process that make these episodes matter. This is an important consideration to bear in mind in a program journey such as this one. The development of authentic leadership does not happen only within the individual and team authentic leadership sessions. It happens throughout the authentic leadership journey. And the intent is for it to become a lifelong development journey with the use of tools that have been transferred throughout the duration of the program. I always tell my leader clients that it is my outcome as a facilitator to become redundant to them in the most empowering way. And herewith in the reading. Thank you. Cheers. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for joining us in today's book reading. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share to your family and friends. Bye.